Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, I just wanted to come in and make a quick video and just share a story with you guys. So I've been reading a lot of stuff the last couple of days. There's been a lot of articles up about Word of Faith healing teachers and all of this stuff, and people having conversation about whether or not it's real or fake or it's witchcraft. And I'm here to tell you that I went to a church like this, and it's by the grace of God that He woke me up and got me the heck out of there, because this church was based off of a Joel Osteen model. Okay, it was the first time I had gone to church as an adult, and this is the church I land in. Tried a couple others before this, but one of the things that I liked about the church is that it was loud and rambunctious like myself, so it was a good fit at the time. But I digress. Anyways, my story is this. This church was based on a Joel Osteen model, and at one point they had this guy come. I don't even remember the name of the guy. And just so you all know, if you're stuck in this church, get the hell out of there, okay? There is no good that can come from the gospel that is being preached at this church, and it's the church at South Las Vegas. And the pastor's name is Pastor Benny Perez. I am not afraid to put it out there, you guys. This guy is as fake as a $3 bill. I'm not even playing. Anyways, they had this guy come up from Australia. I don't remember his name. He had like whitish hair. And they were doing this big special event. So they promised the healings and all of this stuff. Well, I've had chronic back issues since Chloe was born, so 15 years now. I had a disc removed when she was like 3 months old. It was just, so I've always been in pain with my back. So I thought, what the heck, I'll try it. So I went, and there were so many people there. There had to have been about 400 people there. And everybody was loud, and everybody was encouraged to be loud, and all of this noise going on, and everybody kind of got swept up in the moment. I got swept up in the moment. So anyways, they asked if anybody was suffering from back issues, and I went up on the stage, and I mean to tell you, this guy walked up to me and he said, "Are you ready for your healing?" And I said, yes. And he didn't even fully press on my head. He barely touched me. And I was on the ground. I never got my healing. But the act of what they're doing is real. What they are doing is real. When I went home, it's not fake. They don't pull scripted people out of the audience and do this on them. Not all of them. This church didn't anyway. They asked for people to voluntarily come up. And whatever it was that they hit me with, I was on the ground. And I couldn't move for about 20 seconds. I was just laying there going, holy crap, this is real? So I left the church expecting to be greatly healed and all of this jazz. And of course, they took up a huge collection afterwards, and everybody gave their money and their tithes and all of this garbage. And I went home and I told my husband about it. I told him, I said, this stuff is real, babe. And this was before my husband was even a believer. And these are the type of charlatans and stuff that were making him so skeptic in the first place. And he's like, well, yeah, it's real. They're using the energy from the room to build up pressure, and then they're using that energy to, when they lay you out, it's called chi. And I was like, huh? He's like, yeah, it's an Eastern religious practice. It's called chi. And I was like, I didn't think much of it at the time. I really didn't. But now that I'm hearing all of these stories about these preachers who are doing this stuff, I'm like, it really is demonic, you guys. It's not of God. These guys are not laying people out on the floor and having them go into seizures because of anything God is doing. This is not of God. This is of another God. Okay? Or this is of a new agey type thing. You know, it is demonic. And needless to say, I never got my healing. I'm still in pain. So these people, they do all of this stuff. They collect all of this money. Everything is tax exempt. And that's how they're taking advantage of their 501c3 status. And they're becoming very wealthy people. And, you know, to be admonished or to be slighted because you can't tithe because you lost your job and you're living on unemployment, while your pastor lives on the golf course in Anthem, Las Vegas. It's insane. It's insane. And these people truly believe they're doing nothing wrong. If you're stuck in one of these churches, you need to get the hell out of there. You're being deceived. Not only that, but they're fleecing the flock. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe in tithing. Okay? Tithing is not meant to bless you. Okay? And this is how they sell it all the time. Now, I know that I'm going to come up against some people, even my own teacher, who thinks that tithing is for today. I do not think that tithing is for today. Tithing was meant to take care of the Levites. Tithing was meant to take care of the poor and the orphans. Tithing was meant to do all of these things. The church is not doing that with your tithes, people. The church is putting a golf course in their backyard. That's what the church is doing, okay? So, they're not, if you want to feed a homeless or a poor person, go downtown and feed a homeless or poor person. Buy them lunch. You know, I'm going to drive up to work right now, and on every single corner is going to be somebody who needs money, who has no shoes on their feet. Okay? If I want to feed the poor and the homeless, I can feed the poor and the homeless. I don't need a church to do it for me. Stop being so lazy. Do it yourself. Do it on a personal level and meet that need personally. Okay? I don't believe in tithing. I never have. It's just not for today. Period. Now, if the system gets set up the way it was set up before, then obviously I'll be obedient to that. But that is not the system that we live in today. Okay? It's not to say that I won't do offerings if I have some money. First of all, I don't have money to give you. Secondly, when I do have money, I share it very freely. Okay? I often use it to fellowship with people, to make a big meal and have people over and do stuff like that. But it's not to say that I don't have a giving heart. But tithing was never meant to bless you. Okay, and that's how they sell it. You got to trust the Lord with your finances. You got to trust the Lord. If you do this, you're going to be blessed. No, it's not about you. Okay? It's not about you. The tithe is to take care of other people. Now, if you've got a pastor who's living like a millionaire, then he don't need you to take care of him while you go home and try and struggle to put food on your table. And when you call that pastor when you need something, guess what? He ain't going to be there for you. He ain't going to be there for you. I'm sorry if that makes me sound cold and callous, but that's the damn truth. I know it firsthand. Okay? So I just wanted to share that story today because, you know, I'm hearing about these word of faith preachers, and they're charlatans, you guys. They are. And I don't like to, I don't really like to bash on ministries. It's not my place to bash on ministries. And to be completely honest, I don't do it because look at the ministry that I came to the truth through. I came to the truth through a ministry that was word of faith, prosperity gospel, hyper grace, and still managed to come out to to live in the truth. So I try to not bash. I might see a joke here or there and I might put it up because it's funny and it's true. But I'm not going to be that person who goes out and attacks everybody because they're pagan. You know what? Some of us are meant to be pagans. Some of us are meant to be lawless. Some of us are meant to be Torah observant. Everybody's on their own walk, you guys, and God's got us all exactly where he wants us. You know, he's either going to find us worthy to wake us up or he's not. You know, and to be honest, these types of preachers, I believe, are a judgment upon the disobedient. And they're doing the work of God. Okay? So I try not to be so hard on them because of that. They're doing the work of God. Whether we like the work or not, they're doing it. Anyway, my throat is hoarse. They sprayed us all with chlorine bleach yesterday. Sky's full of chemtrails. Can't breathe. My eyes are going insane. But no, nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about at all. Anyways, I just wanted to share that story with you. And hopefully you'll be blessed by it and it'll resonate with you. But yeah, these guys, they're not doing anything holy. They're certainly not healing people. Okay, they don't have that kind of power because they're disobedient, they're greedy, and they're not godly people at all. They're snakes, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. And if you don't get out of there, you will be devoured. So I pray that Yahweh opens your eyes. You know what? You know what I did when I was sitting in that church? What I did is I constantly prayed for understanding. I constantly prayed for wisdom. I constantly prayed for his guidance. And you know what he did? He gave it to me. Okay? Because that's where my heart was. And he knew that no matter what he told me, I was going to be obedient to that. And that's what I try to do. I try to live my life to be obedient. I'm not perfect by any means, but I have a repentant heart. I have a humble heart, and I have a heart that says, okay, Yahweh, all these things you've said, I will do. You know, and that's who he gives his wisdom to. That's who he gives his understanding to. Not these people who know their Bibles inside and out and live like the devil. He doesn't give that wisdom to them. He does not give that understanding to them. And he does not replace their heart of stone with a heart of flesh, because they don't have the willingness to be obedient. They don't. If you're not feeling it, if you're not saying to yourself, well, wait a minute, why aren't we living by the 10 commandments? Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not, commit adultery, thou shalt not, covet, all of these things, obey your mother and father, don't have any gods. If you can't get to the point where you go, okay, what do I have in my life that is taking the place of God? What do I have in my life as God over Yahweh? Is it football? Is it entertainment? Is it ungodly television shows? Is it ungodly music? What is it that is taking your focus off of him? Because if there's something that you would say, I know it's Shabbat, but I really want to go to this concert, that's your idol. You have a God before Yahweh. I'm sorry, it's just that simple. When your pastor is telling you, well, we're going to wrap this up early today so we can get home for the game. No. That's idolatry, you guys. I'm sorry, it is. I know that we live in a world where we're consumed by all of this stuff, but it's idolatry. Okay? Nothing should make you want to rush through the Word of God. When you're back talking your parents and you're disrespectful to them and stomping up to your room and slamming doors on them and telling them they're stupid or they don't know anything, then you are a stiff-necked, rebellious child. And you could be 12 or you could be 35. Really doesn't matter. You're told to obey and honor your parents. If you don't have a heart to do that, then you don't have a heart to serve Yahweh. You're told to marry somebody and stay married to them. Do you know that divorce in the church, the numbers are actually higher in the church than they are in the secular world? That's just sad. Look it up. The numbers of divorce in the church are higher. Why? Why? Did Yeshua come back and say, you can get a divorce? No, he actually made adultery a much more stringent command, if anything. He didn't tell you it's okay to get a divorce. Yahweh hates divorce. It was never his intention to get a divorce. Yes, he put stipulations in place if you do put a wife away. There are certain criteria you have to follow. I'm not saying that it's not okay to get a divorce if you've got a man who's beaten on you or he's emotionally abusive to you. Absolutely put that guy away. I'm not saying don't put away your wife if she's not cheating all over town. If she's out cheating all over town, put her away. Because you're within Yahweh's parameters when you're doing these things. But no, it's not okay to just get a divorce because I deserve more. You don't deserve anything. And let me tell you something. If you ever want to really save your marriage, stop thinking about how your marriage is affecting you and start looking at what you're bringing to the table. I guarantee you it will change your mind, because that's exactly how I saved my marriage. I wanted to blame everything that was wrong in my life on my husband. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be treated better. I deserve somebody who's going to take me out and show me off. It's not about me. I'm part of a one now. I'm part of a whole. Everything that happens in that house happens to both of us. We have 3 children. We got to figure out how to think about each other instead of just thinking about ourselves. That's why there's so much divorce in the church, because the world has lied to you. Satan's kingdom has lied to you and told you that you deserve to be happy, that you deserve to be treated like a princess. No, you don't. All you deserve is respect and kindness from your husband and love. That's all you deserve. Anyways, I just wanted to put that out there. I hope you guys are blessed by this video today. I love you all, and I will talk to you next time. Shalom.